From Longman Dictionary of Contemporary English, all hands on deck is informal use to say that everyone is needed to help in a particular situation.
There you have it. Yep. Yes. It's essentially like, yeah. It's what's that?
In Bahasa Indonesia would be gotong royong.
Gotong royong. Hi Alvin. Gotong royong. Vita just taught me some new language. It's pretty interesting. All right, everyone, let's get around. Let's get around. Let's get around. Let's get around. Today is. Hey Google, turn off the music. Alright, let's go ahead and get started here. So, Hunter appoint a new data reader today?
Yeah, he appointed Rizal.
Where's Rizal? Rizal! Rizal is in Jogja, right? Okay, alright, so hopefully Rizal gets in before his time is called upon. Eva. Okay. Seems like there's fewer people working here. There's some people on holiday or just maybe somewhere else. Okay, okay, everyone's in the room now. Say, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, so today is August 26th. And let's go ahead and get this started. So Rizal will be reading the data. Hopefully the Jogja team gets in. That should be them. 441 kilometers from base. Hey, nice, Alvin. Okay, Ivan. How you doing, Ivan? Looks like the Joker. Okay, so smile. Let's begin the all hands. So let's take a look at the August theme. The August theme is still the same as our peak season. It is the last month of peak season, as I'm sure we'll all probably last week of peak season now. Thank you, Rita. And essentially, we're looking to achieve peak bookings, new peak revenues, delight our guests. The revenue target is 400 and the stretch target is 450. Let's go into the next month theme, which is only about a week away. So September to October, we're looking to get process excellence. The revenue target will be determined at the end of this month, and the stretch target will also be determined. So what does that mean? That means basically in the next 2 months, probably 3 months until November, the theme is to start getting process excellence. It's a good time to start working on projects. For chapter leads, it's a good time to think about what could be done to do better for the next season, and what are some of the takeaways that we've learned through the setbacks and also the achievements we've had in the past few months. So it also means if we do hit our revenue target, company bonuses will still be distributed as well. So there's essentially 2 of those focuses. Does anybody have any questions about the theme for the next month? No? Okay. All right. Let's go on then. So let's go up to, hey, welcome in, Jogja. All right. So this is the last all hands from August 17th. Oh, I have an update. I'll share a new sort of finding that I had on the sales projection analysis. So currently we're on, I think, the 3rd or 4th version of creating projection analyses for the company. So these projections have worked fairly well. These projections have been on point and we've been able to hit our revenue targets. However, what I've seen is actually from the data, we in August did not actually follow a chi-square model. It was very unusual. It was actually a linear model. Almost every week of August did about the same amount of revenue. So this is pretty new. I might have to modify this for the next month looking forward. But I'll show you the data later, but I just wanted to seed that point in right now. Okay, any questions about that? Oh, yes, good. Okay, let's go on to the next moment. So this is a shift away now. So we've had 3 months of shifting into peak season. So now bonuses will shift back from company bonuses back to individual bonuses. If the company hits the target of revenue, then I believe certain people who've been here for a year will still get the company bonus. If you've been here for less than a year, that doesn't apply yet. But anyhow, that's the transition for the next few months. So first order of old business is the avatar. Over to, let's see, who wants to take control of the avatar? Devo. Any updates on the avatar? Any recognition from anybody who has done well?
I think there's no recognition.
No updates on the avatar. Okay, no worries. So the avatar is there, And the avatar is an ongoing discussion. So don't feel like you have no voice. This is still a very young company. We're still trying to find what our language, what our tone, what our voice is about, what we should actually do, or colors we can use. Please contribute to the discussion. It's far easier to get an idea integrated now than, let's say, 6 months later when more of this has been solidified. So the current discussion is around, let's see, discussion 3. Oh, cultifying the brand. Then we have, okay, it's been hidden here. Let's see, is anyone aware about how to cultify a brand? Does anyone know what that means, in fact? Let's see, let's go. Okay, Dominic shook her head. No. Does anybody else know what cultifying a brand means? Okay, so this is the idea. This is something I learned at Airbnb, in fact. So one of the guys at Airbnb had a lot of experience doing this. I'm trying to remember his name. It's been many years. But he gave a workshop one time about how to create a cult around a brand. And the way you start is you look at brands that have essentially a cult following. Brands such as, let's see, let's go to Eggy. Eggy, what brand do you think has a cult following?
The cold following?
Cult following.
I don't know, Starbucks.
Oh, hey, Starbucks is pretty good. Yeah, people get very passionate about Starbucks. Namli, what do you think is a brand that has a cult following?
Lululemon? Nike?
Lululemon! Lululemon, yes. Who knows what Lululemon is? They make, it's Chip Wilson, right?
Chip Wilson.
Yeah. Chip Wilson is the founder of Lululemon. They make actually yoga pants and yoga wear. It's, I believe the symbol is an omega sign, right? Sort of like, it looks like a person in head and shoulders with hair. But anyway, Lululemon is fairly cultastic. A lot of people are very passionate about Lululemon. Any other cult brands that we know of?
Vans. Vans shoes.
Vans, yes, Vans. People are very passionate about Vans. Any other cult brands?
Harley Davidson.
Harley Davidson. I think of a cult brand as a brand that you would tattoo on yourself, right? So if you tattoo that, then it means it has a strong identity on it. If you name your kid after or something, maybe that's another thing. But any other cult brands that we can think of?
Mac? Case in point.
Apple, yes, Apple is somewhat of a
Apple
cult
is.
brand. Apple is a cult brand. Let's drill down onto the Apple case. So if you want to cultify a brand, you really need to think about as it's almost like a religion. It's almost semi-religious. So it begins with actually it begins with the follower. Your followers for a cult brand need to be narrow and they need to be passionate. You will never get a cult brand if you have just a wide audience of people who like you. It is better to get 100 people who love you than 1,000,000 people who like you. If they like you, they probably like everything else, and they will never make a buying decision or a choice in your favor. But if they love your brand, then there's more chances that they will sign for it, and they will help essentially grow your brand because their love brings other people who love it too as well. So the second part is a ceremony. So without some sort of ceremony or ritual, your brand will never become a cult. So what is it that is essentially, let's say, the Apple moment of ritual or the Apple moment of ceremony? All Apple products unbox a certain way, all right? So if you think of it like the box that holds one of these Samsung monitors, what happens? You cut the plastic, you open it up, there's all this styrofoam everywhere. It feels kind of weird, right? But every Apple product is sealed in plastic. There's only one way to open it. You lift the tab, and that opens it this way, and then it sort of falls out, right? It has this almost slow release mechanism as the thing is revealing itself. It's almost like it's slowly revealing it, and then it opens from the top. Now, of course, this isn't so great, but there is a sort of a ritual with unboxing Apple products that are distinct from other products. They also have their Worldwide Developers Conference. They have a few essential rituals and ceremonies that drive that brand. The third quality is a temple. So what is the place you go to feel the most intense Apple-ness in the world? So that's where they have their retail. They have their stores. You go to the Apple store and you can see that they spent quite a lot of effort creating that experience. Quite a lot of effort creating the right materials and stuff. Almost the way that you would build a temple. And the last part is their philosophy. So anyhow, this was just a thought. If you guys have any other thoughts on brand development or communications or any ideas you'd like to add to the avatar, please contribute. This is a good place to have that ongoing discussion. Right, Diva? Yes. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at the next item. Nung Lee's workflow is going on to the market building. Okay, Nung Lee, adding MB's workflow for reference. There's an early exit clause now going to the newest version of MOUs.
Yeah, so I think there was some confusion around the new MOUs, and I think this was that was mentioned in the last sync up. So I held a workshop, but then nobody came. So alright, so that means I guess everybody is clear about the MOUs then in that case.
What's the newest MOU?
Where can it be found?
Yes, the roadmap. Can we find where the look?
Can we? Okay, so I include it here.
Mhm.
I'll include the link in. But sorry, I'm not wearing my glasses. I can't see what.
Right. So I'm opening the early
The
exit
MOU
clause.
is essentially almost 5, 6, 7 pages long. I don't think this would be the right platform to share it with you guys. That's why I held up a workshop, because I think under the employee satisfaction survey, somebody mentioned that they are not updated on the latest MOU and they would like to know. So that was why the workshop was being held, but then when the workshop was held, nobody came. But so I assume that everybody found out about the new MOU and it's updated already. So if you need an update on the MOU, I will include the link there, but it is 5 to 6 pages long, and I think it requires some form of explanation in person. So let me know if you guys need an explanation, and I'll be happy to guide you guys through it.
All right, fantastic. So the early exit clause is a innovation that we put in to forestall cases like Maharaja, I believe, and other owners that have pulled out before the length of the contract. Okay, thank you for that update, Nung Lee. Let's go back up to the orders of old business at the company level. I think that pretty much. DocuSign. DocuSign, guys. DocuSign. Nung Lee and Maya.
Okay.
Actually, DocuSign is it's already done. So I see like 5 people already sent me a contract. So basically, I'm still like figuring like, can I put the mark tray in? I'm gonna pair it today.
Okay, so more work on DocuSign to get us onto a digital legal platform. Right, good news. So if we reach our August stretch targets, then company bonus B will be doubled. So we are only about 20,000 away, which is hopefully very doable considering we average 40,000 a week. So heads up on that, aim for the stretch target. Also, I guess at the end of, at the end of August, we will do another assessment on all the SLAs, chapter by chapter. I would like to have maybe the chapters that are the clients host the chapters that are the servers at their weekly chapter sync up so that they can discuss about how well the SLAs are being applied to real life. Okay, and once again, we have these bounties available. So a host video project, I think Vita's working on that. Somebody's working on the host video project. Anybody working on the host video project? All right, this is the host video project. So we're looking for a way to actually document what hosts actually do in the field. So when you go out, you meet guests, you see all these things, and the audience is intended to have future guests look at our hosts in action. So the key result should be we are able to explain what we actually do, and it is not a fully defined project. Somebody suggested it, and it needs to be built up, but we'll put a bounty to that. This is similar to what Yvonne had done. It was a volunteer project, and worked out pretty well in Yvonne's case. There's still a 3 million bounty for simplifying phone calls from guests. I believe that there's a few different groups of people working on parallel ideas. There's 1.5 million for simulation programs for trial evaluations. We got a few people doing evaluations right now. There's Tito, and then there's the girl Sabrina. Is it Sabrina in Jogja? Karina. Sorry, Karina in Jogja. So we need actually new programs to do trial evaluations. So if you come up with a program and you can successfully help a new candidate pass promotions and then work on their career, there's a 1.5 million bonus for that. The quiz night one has already been paid. I'll leave that up for the next quiz night. So if you guys want to innovate and make the previous quiz night even better, then that is the new bounty. It has to be different than the previous quiz night. You can't just run the last one. And it has to hopefully be better, actually. So we're hoping that will improve the reservation conversion rate and also get more alignment between different cohorts, people who work here at Bukit Vista. I think this one is almost closed based on Tito's results, so probably we'll go to the 2 former captains here that have recruited him. And yes, this is the big one. There's a 5 million self-service owner dashboard. Bayou is championing this, and it will be evaluated at the end of the month. The project management card is right here. Okay, let's go over to the sides of new business, see if there's anything on new business. This is already old business. I'm not sure why that's there, so I will delete that. We do already know we have a case study for the zoo, and that is brought up every week at the HRR meeting, 11 o'clock Jogja time. Okay. Right, content. We have found some OTTN templates on the text expander. So, Bayou or Diva, would anybody like to explain this? Diva.
Yeah. So we found a lot of OTTN or things to note template in the text expander, and we're not using all of it. We want to use one default template for the OTTN, so we are planning to, just FYI, we're planning to remove all of it and leave one the default OTTN.
Okay, fantastic.
Section.
Okay, so Diva has a motion to delete all text expanders that have this OTTN, other things to know in the text expander. Is this to make sure that there's a single source of truth? And the single source of truth should be on the
Default.
default.
okay, default OTTN. Should it be on the listing? Or this is what you write in order to got it. So the single source. So this is a content tool to write other things to know onto the listings. Got it.
Basically, OTTN it's FAQ about.
Got it. Understood. All right. So all right. Is there a second on Diva's motion? Does everyone understand what's at stake here? So
I'm not sure actually.
okay, maybe Diva, you can explain why this was here and what the problem of having, let's say, two pieces of OTTN are.
Okay, so basically OTTN is a part of the description in the listing.
Yes.
The other things to note, where we usually put a FAQ there. So content team is currently making all of the question list, like discuss breakfast included, and then the pickup service, and then what else? Check-in times and check-in policies and all of the stuff. And we found all different version of OTTN in text expander, and we want to just use one. We already made one, but the default OTTN on the OTTN, which includes all of the equations.
So, and this one only for content mostly.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a question. I see a lot of these OTTNs are in different languages. So what I'm assuming is that this is actually helpful for translation.
That's why I'm bringing the tables. I
Right.
want to ask who made this first.
Okay.
Yeah. So and then in the template that we made it like a fill-in form. So you can adjust it by the property types. If they are providing breakfast, then you just click on the like the drag down fill-in, then you can take another kind of like option of answers like yes we are, or no we don't provide breakfast, or we provide breakfast for additional charge. So we already make a template, so you just can click on the option or just.
Okay, understood. And would that option also provide different languages, though?
Not yet.
Okay. Okay, here's my question. So I was thinking that this would actually be two sources of truth, but I actually think it's parallel truth in what I see here. So these are essentially templates for different languages, and it makes the people who work on translation, and I think it would make their job easier, or maybe not. Right? Maybe the workflow should be that they translate and then they do the translation in English and then they translate it into every
That
other
could
language.
be dangerous because sometimes if you use the template for that
Right.
and you don't really understand the language, you
Ah,
don't know
then are you
whether
writing the thing down?
yeah, and then
Understood.
will it same with, let's say you're using for a previous property who have breakfast and you're using it in another property that doesn't have breakfast. Yeah, because
Got
we
it.
kind of
Understood.
found this issues on
Okay.
translations.
Understood. Okay, that makes sense then. So the better workflow probably would be to translate it into English first, and take the English translation, and then translate it into
Yeah.
other languages. Okay, so single source of truth, and then from there come into different languages. All right, makes sense to me. All right, does anybody else have any questions about this?
No. I thought it's this.
Okay, question: is this a company level discussion or is this like a content level discussion?
Because we found all of the different templates and we didn't know, not even our
Oh, where are these coming from? Okay. All right, let me ask a company level question. All right, who here has actually used other things to know text expander? If you've used one of these text expanders, just raise your hand and let me know. Yeah, I'll let everyone know. Yes, okay, Gabby has used it before.
Yeah,
Gabby,
I used one of it before.
what particular case did you use it for?
Guest asking for transport and breakfast.
Ah, okay, got it. So you used an OTTN for, oh, okay, got it. For a certain property, right?
Certain property.
Understood. Okay, and then the issue with that is essentially if the property's policy had changed, it might be different from the listing, and then that might be different from what had actually happened, right? Is that, okay. All right, interesting. Anybody else used these before? No? Okay, so it's just pretty much Gabby. Oh, and Bai, speak up.
I think I want modification. So mention that the every content that on text expander is content responsibility. So and that's related to the avatar. So if you have any request for especially the one or text expander that use publicly, like welcome message or this FAQ for listing or anything, it should be under the supervision of content instead of personal. So you can use the text expander for your personal needs, but for something that there is a template for any use for a lot of listings or messages, you can consult it with content first.
Okay, got it. All right, thank you, Dwight, for the input. All right, so, well, I guess we'll put this on content and you guys decide what you want to do with it. There's no users here in the company besides Gabby. Okay, so my motion then is to, does anybody have a second on Deepa's motion first? Okay, it's been seconded by Gabby. Is there any further discussion about this motion? I'm going to amend the motion. So the amendment is I'll just like content, make a decision on what they want to do for this, because essentially nobody else really uses this, so it doesn't impact their work. So content can just make the best decision for the company. Do I have a second on that amendment? Okay, it's been seconded by Aggie. Is there any further discussion? No? Okay, all in favor of allowing content to make a decision on what to do with the text expander over OTTN, please vote in favor now. Okay, all right, cool. All right, motion passes. All right, the decision is yours. Yeah. Okay, next one. That handles oh wait, we're going upwards, not downwards. Oh, yes. So, this is a partner termination workflow. So this was brought up by Dominic, and I just wanted to quickly clear this way. Remember, this is my motion. So my motion on a partnership termination workflow is this. There's essentially 3 stages. So the first stage is the squad needs to agree on the termination. So a squad level agreement on what partner needs to be terminated if they want to be terminated. And then essentially, then it goes to each chapter. So the content gets a request to deactivate the listings. Reservations go and update all guests of the deactivation, confirm their bookings are still good. Revenue management, community management put the property management card into the archive, and finance removes the partner's bank accounts. And then inform the partner after the last checkout they've been terminated, and give 3 reasons why we can't work with them anymore. Okay, so that's just a motion right now. Is there any discussion, or is there a second on that? Okay. All right, it's been seconded by Dominic. Thank you very much. Is there any more discussion now? Yes, Tanoli.
Who is the project champion for termination?
Oh, good question. Who is the project champion for terminated? I guess it could be anybody in the squad. All right. So if you don't want to work with a certain partner anymore, and you feel passionate about that, then you raise that up in your squad. And, no? Diva, who do you think it should be?
Huh?
Who do you think it should
I
be?
agree to be anyone in the squad.
Yeah. So if you can get your squad to all buy in, because it affects the squad growth, of course, and it affects also the squad integrity. So anybody who in the squad feels like there's a problem partner and is causing more harm than good can bring this up. but you got to get the squad to buy in. So we need agreement on the squad level. And then, okay, does that answer the question?
Yes.
So anybody in the squad can actually be a project champion for a termination. Any other questions? Any other discussion?
So,
Yes,
so that means that they would lead even the conversation with the owner? I'm asking only from
Oh
an
yes,
perspective,
okay, good
yeah?
point.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
point. Who would then start the conversation with the owner? There is no conversation with the owner in this particular case because hopefully what we've seen is that the SLAs are just being broken and the owner partnership is essentially, I don't think anything that goes according to contract or the MOU agreement would ever show up in this case. These things happen only when MOUs are being violated and there is intolerance. So maybe I think the squad can start thinking about asking their community managers to dialogue with the owner first before termination. And I don't think that we should terminate a partner without going through that process. And I leave it to the squad's wisdom to find that out on their own. And I think that makes a lot of sense. So best person is to essentially ask, I let each squad to figure out on their own. I think people here are smart enough to figure out what is essentially the boundaries of what a partner termination should be. Okay, any other questions at the moment? Or any other discussion? Yes?
Sorry.
Absolutely, no, this affects marketing.
This is an SLA or a workflow?
This is essentially a workflow.
Okay.
So this is the SLA on partner termination, we don't have one yet, I think. We don't know what is the boundaries of when a partner should be terminated. Maybe we should have one, but this is just a workflow. This is
Start
what,
off with a workflow.
yeah, it's just a workflow.
Okay.
So what we're really just discussing is not how to terminate, or we're just discussing how. We're not determining why. Does that make sense?
Yeah, the whys could be multiple.
Yeah, the whys could be different. This is just how.
Okay.
So this is a technical question. This isn't a philosophical question.
Okay.
So this is essentially stage 1, stage 2, stage 3.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay. All right. Any other discussion? Is there anything that needs to be added or subtracted away from this? No? I don't have a secretary, so even if I pass this, I don't know who to delegate it to. All right. If there's no more discussion, then I'd like to call the question. So all in favor of voting this through or is there any more discussion before we go to the next step? No? Any more discussion, Jojo? No? Okay. All right. Alvin? Okay. So if there's no more discussion, I'd like to pass this. All in favor of using this as a workflow for partnership termination, please vote in favor now. Okay. All right. All against, please vote now. Okay, motion carries. So this will be the workflow for partner termination. Dominic! Good? Clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fantastic. All right, Dominic asked for this, so I thought this would be a good time to bring this up. All right, I need a secretary to put this into. Yes, this goes into.
I can be a secretary, but also at the same time, the timing is always like that. I realize.
Pick a secretary before.
Yeah. Okay. But so you're gonna delete this from all hands, right? Where is
Yes.
this workflow going to go?
Where should this workflow go? Market building? Yeah? Or community leadership, community management? No, because what if it's terminated after 3 months? Then it's not market building's responsibility anymore. If anything, it should go into the community management and squad leadership. Yeah. Okay. I think it needs to go into the community management workflow.
Community management
Yeah.
workflow.
So let's put it on the community management new business then.
Okay.
And let's get more community managers into that. All right, so let's move on. Okay, so let's take a look at what observations and improvements we've detected this month in August. And let's see, while that loads, okay. I don't think this training trial work opportunities thing is working, is it? Is it working?
I request one.
Yes. All right. Let's see. What did Diba request? Diba did request Wendy to translate the listings in Good to Korean. Wendy, did that get done?
No.
Okay. All right. Why not?
Because when I am in field, sometimes I don't always use the Mac because I move from
Place to place.
place to place.
Okay.
But if there is time for me to do it, I always do it.
Okay. Got it. There's a few new people here, actually. By the way, there's Sabrina. Do we have a Sabrina that works here that I don't know about yet? Okay, there's Karina and there's Tito. So these are new people and they need new experiences. So if you do have something, please post it here. I think we can give them something to do. Rian has been given also work from Diva to change the cancellation policy. Has that been followed up, Diva?
That's what it was.
Yeah, on Airbnb listings to monitor.
No, not yet. That's
Okay.
that is, I believe, is waiting for a result from the experiment first.
Okay, fantastic.
The date. Yeah, but I added the.
Right. Because we're waiting for the experiment to come out with the new results. Right, and on Risky's case, can we put Tito on the air support for squad 2?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
It's not yet. Hired, sir.
Oh.
There's still another one candidate.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. All right, fair enough. But for the next candidate, this can be part of their training work as well, their trial work. That takes the load off of what you guys are doing. Okay, and then Bayou's asking for new content people to work on Content Doctor. Bayou, Nafal has agreed. He will begin on Tuesday, yeah?
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, he's accepted the offer. He wants to begin on Tuesday. I leave him in your hands and Rizal's hands for his training. Train him as well as you got trained, or even better. You're gonna get him drunk? What?
I'm coming back tonight.
Oh, you're coming. Oh, okay. All right, it's all on you now, Rizal.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the role assignment table. So, just real quickly, on Squad 1, Jimbaran, Bing, and Balalam, Pandawa, Pachatu, Dusadu, and Unisad. And in East Java again? No?
East Java.
No East Java. Okay, East Java's not on there. Alright, Mark Belinga, Nunli, and Content Diva. Alvin and Eva work on air support. Ivan Putu, Rian, and Eva are hosts. Risky's doing finance. Rafik's the community. Nunli and Jing are doing revenue management. Jing is doing the chapter lead on human resources. Vita is helping also with human resources. Bayu's chapter lead on internal tools, and Diva works on online marketing. Okay, next one, Squad 2, Padam Padam, Luwach, Jamgun, and Ubud. Eggy and Tris. Tris is back in Bandung for a few days to attend some, I think he's moving out, and then he'll come back. So, Tris is doing lead generation for Ubud. Gani and Diva work on content. Chandra Dewi and Windy work on air support. Tendi and Rafik are senior hosts and squad lead and chapter lead, respectively. D1, Gabby, Chandra Dewi, and Windy work as hosts. Gigi and Tito, Gigi, Risky, and Tito are all on finance. Rafik is the community manager again. For Changu Semanyak and Umlas, Bayu does the revenue management. For Uwatu, Tendi does the revenue management. Padang Padang, D1 does the revenue management. Ubud, Tendi does the revenue management. Okay. Jing Vita and R are working on the HR, and Bayu, the rest remain the same. Okay, for Squad 4, Nusa Penida and Jogjo. Wayana and Tris are on the market building team. Tris is also getting leads for Nusa Penida. Rizal is working on content. R and Shithia do the air support. Jing is squad lead in the interim. Dominic is the sole host in Squad 4. Gigi does the finance for Jogjo. Risky does the finance for Penida. Wayana is the community manager. We need a revenue manager for Squad 4. Hanuki does the university relationships. Bayu and Gani work on internal tools and online marketing group. Okay, great. Any changes on the profile coverages? Yes? No? No. Okay, no. Okay, I'll skip it. Right, now the weekly KPI updates. Rizal, you're giving the KPI updates from Jogja today. So, Rizal, step up and I'll, this is the first time we've done this. This is a cross base. Yeah. So, Rizal, tell us what's going on. I'll coordinate with you, yeah?
Okay.
All right, you ready? We only made 290,000 this month.
Okay, try to monthly achievement at this week, so can you move the slider, sir?
Yes, I will move the slider. Very good. So, ta-da!
Okay, so this week is currently we have 424,000. So we did 26,000 left to get strat target. Okay, next to weekly sales. last week we got 41,000 and 900, and for this week we got 400 and yes, sir.
Rizal, quick interruption. Remember at the very beginning of the all hands, I said that we were not following a chi-square model, and it's actually a linear model. So yes, this is essentially almost a linear distribution. Every week of the month, we're making roughly the same. In fact, this is very strange. On almost the last week, we made more than the second or the third week. This is pretty rare. Okay, back to you, Rizal.
Okay. For unconverted revenue, for this month until now, we our last revenue is 106,000. Yes, and for the last month is, and for the booking request is 58,000. Not converted booking request. For the unconverted room net or inquiry, or each squad, all squad is 783 night for the last week and 150 for this week. Yes. Okay, for the squad one, the uncontracted for the unconverted request booking is 18,000 and for the
Oh, just read the request. Just read the request.
for unconverted booking request for this month is 25.9 for squad 2. For squad 3 is 508, and then for the 4 is 13,000.1. Okay, next to booking books. Okay, for today we got 33. From yesterday, 88, 89, and 112. For squad 1, we got 21 for yesterday and 8 for today. And for squad 2 is 40 for yesterday and 17 for today. And squad 3 is 3 for today and 5 for yesterday. And squad 4 is 8 for today and 24 for yesterday.
Rizal.
Yes.
Okay. Does anyone? Can anyone see the insight from the booking pace on seasonality right now? What is the insight that we can gather?
Most booking in the squad, is that squad 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
It made the booking for the month.
Yes, there's another insight right now. There's a pretty sharp insight I can tell from the booking pace.
Slowing down.
Yes, I think this is the end of peak season.
Yeah, I see in squad.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
4, especially after 26 and then lapangan sepak bola.
So, yes. So this is what the end. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just bring this up. We have not had a day where we got below 90 bookings, right, for the past 2 weeks. These are the first days where it's slowing down. So effectively, this looks like the end of the peak season. It is all 4 squads are going down, and the overall impact is also going down. So it's not just one region or another, it's all region. Okay, back to your result.
Okay, next to it's quite contribute for me to go for this current days that squad 1 is 177,000 and squad 2 is 182,000. I think. Okay, for the squad 4 is 83,000.4 and squad 3 is 12,000.4. Okay, next to booking heat map. The exchange for the highest booking for today is 39 from squad 2 and squad 1 is 15 for today and this is 23, 13 and 25. Okay, for the squad 3 is 2 for today and the highest at 30 August in bookings. And for the squad 4 is 26 for today and tomorrow is 21. Okay, for inactive property is squad 1 is Leandra and the cover. And for the squad 2 is this one is Kusuma Guest House and Indigo Buffet. And for the squad 3, Omah Kuning, Resident Family Homestay, Omah Teha dalam. And for the squad 4, UNB Guest House and Batan. Guest origin. For highest guest origin is from and Netherlands. And from the US, Hawaii, and Australia, from the Western Australia, and the New Zealand. Okay, for new. From adventure and accommodation for this month is 30.7 and for the month is 11.3. Next, from Agoda is 2.7 thousand from this month and 3.7 thousand from last month. RMBV 3.1 thousand for this month and 3.7 for the last month. Basian and Bayana 35,000 for this month and 32,000 for the last month. Bayu and Wayana 31 for this month and 50 for that month. Booking.com is 754,000 for this month. Sorry, is Diwan Enzim 5,000.5 for this month and for the month it's 4.2. Elements is MBV almost 40 for August and 30,000 for last month. Emir and Wayana 2,000 for this month. The Brilliant Arab 3.4 for this month and 4.4 for previous months.
Oh wow.
61,000 for this month and 51,000 for the month. You and Wayana 77.9 thousand for this month.
100% not converted. No conversions.
Chris and Wayana 16.4 thousand for this month. Nuki and Ara 4,023,000 for this month. And the NBV 13,000.
What happened? Why did that happen? Tandy, what happened?
I put some listing in the profile.
Okay, all right, fantastic. Nothing in trouble. Okay.
Wayana is 60,000 for this month and 67.6 plus for the area revenue. From Balangan is 17,000 for the last month is 21,000. Billing is 78.5 thousand for this month and 86.2 thousand for the last month. Canggu is 74,000 for this month. Timbalan is 32.4 thousand for this month and for the previous month is for the previous month is 21.6. Nusa Dua for this month is 26.5 thousand and for the previous month is 26.9. Nusa Penida 53.4 thousand this month. Padang 24.8 for this month. Seminyak 6.7 thousand for this month. Ubud 15 this month. Uluwatu is 60.5 thousand for this month. That is 22.6 thousand. And Jogja is 12.4. 4,000 for this month. Okay, the listing from for the is from double A and Victoria Beach.
Same here. We've already.
Already.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Let's give it up for Rizal. Rizal, thank you for reading it down. It is hard doing public speaking. Thank you, Rizal, for having the courage to step up. And you're the first person to do this from Jogja, so that's fairly pioneering too as well. All right, let's go back up to the. Oh wait, chapter KPIs. Let me go up to the chapter KPIs and let's see how we're doing in terms of our compliance with our goals there. So for some reason, here they are. I had to move up a little bit. Let's see how we're doing as a company on our chapter KPIs. So, looking at community management, we still have very low participation. There's only about a 7% owner participation in the feedback scores. I've been hearing that next month we will have effectively a survey wall such that all owners who wants to get a look at their finance reports will need to fill in a survey. Hopefully we can get that number past 50%. I would like to get at least 50% owners to participate in the survey. Ideally 100%, but I'm realistic of how numbers can change. All right, let's look at content and see as a whole how content's been doing. Looks good from where I'm looking. It's 85, 85, 85, 83, 84 this particular week. So definitely above the SLAs of 70% instant book, and all the listings have been booked. There are no unbooked listings. So, all right, I understand there's also not a lot of new properties going in. So this, hopefully we keep these numbers up as soon as market building starts to spin up too as well. Let's go ahead and look at host hospitality scores. I know this is something everybody wants to see. Starting from about 2 weeks back from today, looking at squad 1, we have 90%. Well, let's look at the negative because we're looking to get less than 5%. So this is twice the SLA. This is almost 3 times the SLA. This comes pretty close, so there is an improvement from 9.7 to 6.3 with a bit of a dip in the middle. On squad 2, that comes very close to SLA compliance from 2 weeks ago. It's at a 5.8, and then the week afterwards was at 10.47, and now it's at 6.82. So it's gone a little bit worse in the squad 2 overall. On squad 3, everything's great, fantastic, SLA compliant, 100% positive on, I think, 1 review. 4 reviews, okay, very good. All 4 reviews are good. Squad 3 has compliance. On squad 4, let's see, if last week of July is not compliant, then pretty close at 7.6% and getting better. So on squad 4, the hospitality SLAs look better. They've gone from 8.5% of negative reviews down to 6.38. In terms of overall review, I think I would like to actually get involved in this SLA for next month. I think we need a certain percentage of review rate. This is where I need Buddy's help to actually create a percentage here. Right now we see the number of reviews that have been left and the total number of bookings. I think in the future we can say percentage-wise how many bookings actually left reviews. The average number, the number that we're trying to get is 40%. Joy and Janice came in and said 40% of Airbnb guests actually leave reviews. So I think that's a good target to strive for. Let's go into reservations. On reservations, as you can see, it's been kind of bloody everywhere. So let's take a look at SLA compliance on squad 1. We're looking to get 25%. So here we're at 18, 18, 18, and 18. Very stable at 18. Gone up slightly from 18.1 to 18.5 over the month. Let's see on squad 2 at 16, and 16, 19, 22, and 16 again. So if we look at the front and the ends, it went up, but in the middle it was actually doing better. So we're doing a little worse than we did last week. All right, on squad 3. Squad 3 is 9, 13, and 20. So that part does look better. Most recently with the last week at 11%. Squad 4 is SLA compliant, 31%, 26%, 22% not SLA compliant, and most recently 25%, barely. All right, on the request conversion rates for each different squad, we have about 30% on squad 1, followed by 40%, followed by 40%, followed most recently by 34%. So it was bad, it got a little bit better, and now it's kind of evening out again. On squad 2, very good. 59, 54, 46, not compliant. 55, compliant. And this is really good, guys. So this is exactly what I'm looking at here is essentially leaks in the net. If you have let's take the analogy that this is what we're building. We're building a fish net. And during, let's say, the peak harvest season, if your net is broken, then you'll see a lot of loss. So this is a good sign in squad 2. Essentially, their net held pretty tight. There was a large input of requests, and they were able to capture about 55% of that. So that is what effective SLA should look like, and that is a case of why we have SLAs. So let's look at squad 3. Squad 3 is at 33%. I can't read these 100%. So there's very few bookings going through, the very few requests. Let's see on squad 4. Wow, 74%, and then to 41%, 44%, 46%. So this is the opposite now, right, of that particular case, where when there's a big influx of requests coming in, our nets are not holding in. We are throwing away about half of them. So once again, this is what we have SLAs for, and we can see that during peak season there was a lot of, essentially the fish escaped, and we weren't able to essentially capture them. Let's take a look at market building. Market building has been sort of quiet lately, but hopefully spinning back up again. So in the month of May, Eggy did 5,000 worth of business and Nunli did 15,000. In the month of June, Eggy had 59,000 in his pile and Nunli had 31,000 now. And Wayana has 45,000, most of that coming from a single villa, all. So once again, one villa might do as much, 2 villas can do as much as a bunch of other villas too as well. On July, we have Eggy with 3,000 and Wayana with Labami at 16,000. In August, Eggy has come in at 245 with double A. Okay, that is the refresh on the chapter KPIs. Let's go back up to the all hands document and see where we are. Motion to extend by 7 minutes. Okay, thank you. All right, so I think we're almost done. Let's take a look. So translation is being headed by Ivan. Ivan, tomorrow, translation. Okay, not sure if that's a yes or no.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Ivan, let's keep the language guild going. It's just one guild a week, Tuesdays at 11 o'clock. If you're interested in languages, Ivan has quite a master of languages. Ivan, leadership involvement. So please organize a guild. Digital marketing is still going pretty strong. We've got lots of very interesting topics. People even on LinkedIn are interested in watching our digital marketing sync-ups. It's at Thursdays at 4. We're talking about influencer marketing. We're talking about SEO tactics. We're talking about social media management, all this great stuff. So right now, as we're heading into September, October, this is a really good time to think about process excellence in digital marketing. So next one is the Human Resources Guild. We got 2 people on Human, 3. And soon to be 4, we got Vita, Ara, me, and who's our intern? Boo-boo. Sabrina. Sabrina. Wow. Sorry, Sabrina. Okay. All right. Karina is going to be our intern. No, Boo-boo. Boo-boo's coming in on early September to help with human resources. Human resources is blossoming right now. It is a very, very interesting topic. And if you want to get involved in human resources, once again, we're trying to build a service level company. So one of the keys in getting a high, good service level is the right kind of people to fit in the company. So there's a lot of innovation work coming into this. These guys are launching a new Instagram profile today. We're launching, okay, announcements. So, wait, do you want me to announce or do you want to announce? Okay, all right. Why don't you come up and tell us what you're doing? Yeah, Vita, you got the floor. We just got an announcement today.
So we changed the plan from going with live at Bukit Vista because it's too long, so we changed the username to Bukit Vista Live. So basically for today we're going to launch the Instagram, and then there will be 7 contents that will be uploaded for today. So the first 3 is just actually like an introduction of what is this platform, and then the 3 is actually the golden circle of Bukit Vista itself, like the why, how, and what, and then 1 content for giveaway. So we discussed Ara, Mr. Jing, and me as well this morning about what we do with the giveaway with the STP students that we did, and at the same time we can actually catch other new potential followers who could be also our talent pool.
Fantastic. All right, thank you, Vita. All right.
Also,
Oh, one more thing. So I need all of the employees' help as well to share the awareness of the existence of this new Instagram account and as well as the giveaway.
All right.
Just to share from your story, Instagram story.
Fantastic. Okay. All right. Anything you want to add to that? That's it. Okay. Fantastic. So this is new innovation, and we hope to get a lot of good work done. I also want to say thank you to Tendi. Tendi organized a fantastic workshop at SAK, and it's part of his leadership development program. So Tendi organized a workshop on last Friday, right? And we gave a talk to about, 60 whatever students, and we got their emails, and it was pretty cool, pretty fun. And we got that little award right there, that little fan. And we got a certificate somewhere, and we got some money too as well. So, just to let you know, we've just discovered that actually guest speakers get paid at universities. So if you want Jing or somebody else to speak at your university, please talk. And the current arrangement is we will split that pretty much 60-40 to the person who brings in the deal, and we'll probably spend the rest of the 40% on lunch for the people who are involved. So, okay, yes, if you went to school, which I hope most of you did, please negotiate with your schools to get events like the one Tendi organized. And mainly in October and November, we already have a tour going across Indonesia, speaking at different schools to essentially raise our university relations. Yes, fantastic. Thank you. All right, so that's HR. We meet on Saturdays at 1. The Copywriting Distinguished Guild is meeting Wednesdays at 5. As I realize, as we grow bigger, as we get more into social media, copywriting is kind of a bottleneck. So if you want to fully express yourself through excellent copywriting and create great narratives, please join us on Wednesdays at 5. That's where we talk about that. Reservation Guilds is on Thursdays at 1 o'clock, Waktu Indonesia Barat, and that's actually rolled into the hospitality. Sync up as well. So leadership is a brand new one. Now, a lot of the people who've been here for a while, we haven't actually gotten together to discuss seriously about what leadership looks like, and I think it is a good time. As we're inputting a lot of new people into the company, it doesn't make sense for people to come to the company and then deteriorate. We need good leaders to create a good direction, a good vision for all the new people that we want to bring on board. So this is my personal guild, but I've already invited Tendi and Rafik to participate. I know they have busy hosting schedules, so I'm working with you guys to actually create a time that works for everyone. So currently it's Fridays at 2 to 3, but if you wanted to be in the morning or whatnot, then suggest, and that time will be flexible so that we get more leadership discussions. On community management, it's still Tuesdays at 4 o'clock. Please help drive community forward. A lot of hosts want to get promoted. They keep on asking me, what's my next career move? Well, we want hosts to become community managers, so this is the forum to discuss it. Currently, it's sort of petering along. It's not getting a lot of momentum. Finance. Finance is on Tuesdays at 4 o'clock. If you want to know how much money we're making and all that good stuff, what we're going to spend it on, then come and join the Finance Guild, and you can get involved in those discussions. If you need financing to supply your own lifestyle projects, events, or pet projects, this is the best place to discuss it too as well. Not like the company won't support my ideas. Well, come to the Finance Guild then. Maybe we can support your ideas. All right, there's a weekly market building sync up on Mondays, 5 to 5:45. That's being led by Nung Lee today. There's a sports guild happening whenever people feel like doing sports. I got much stronger arms now because of sports guild. I'm very proud of myself. I looked at myself today. I was like, oh, I think it was from doing planks. Anyhow, revenue management meets on Wednesdays at 4 o'clock. Hospitality meets Thursdays at 11, Georgia time at 12 o'clock here. And Tendi has his project guild at Friday at 11 a.m. Bali time. Maybe that could be our leadership times, actually. And once again, all right, happy news. The hospitality conference is alive and well, being led by Dila and Bayu. Yes? Yes? No? Yes? No. Okay. But please be careful. And, okay, should I announce the thing? Don't spam in the, okay. Don't spam hosts from any Airbnb profile that we have for production. If you want to spam other hosts, maybe make a new Airbnb profile and spam hosts from that. Because we realize that spamming other hosts for anything besides a booking can lead to bad consequences to the Airbnb profile. So no spam, please. All right, and we still have our cool classes on Masterclass and also on Skillshare. Those are the login details if you want to log in and learn a lot. Okay, for my OKRs this month, let's see what I'm doing. Okay, so, oh right, start thinking about your OKRs for September and October. If you need any guidance, I'll be around. I think that could be actually an HR workshop to talk about OKRs. But let's see. So continuously, this is a huge program. This is getting deeper and deeper. So we're trying to improve the inquiry conversion rate, and this month in particular, I think it was not so good. It actually looked slightly worse than last month. But we are identifying where inquiry conversion is happening, and we are developing programs to address that. Quiz night, rehab, the reservation guild, these are all ways that we think can improve the compliance, and also reducing unbooked listings is another way we can do that. All right, we have achieved our revenue production, so thank you to everybody in squad 1 and 2 to actually get us there. You made my dreams come true. All right, so that part is really, really good, and I think we attained our revenue goals there. And this part is what I've been working on a lot for the past few days to fulfill our HR company SLA. So we're looking to hire the new HR team members. We're looking to develop more efficient workflows, increase talent attraction. And we do seem to have 2 people in the pipeline for finance, so we should get you a hire fairly quickly. We do have 1 person in the pipeline already on on-site trials. Sabrina? Yeah?
Karina.
I was kidding this time. Okay. Come on. All right. So that was irony, right? Okay. He was like, I'm not sure about that. Maybe he just messed up. All right. It's a broken record. All right, Karina, when I see you, you can introduce yourself as whatever name you like. Nickname at Bukit Vista. Okay, we got already 1 person on trials, and I believe we have a few more in the pipeline too as well. Yes? Hi, Karina! Hi, Karina. Welcome in. How many days left do you have of trials? How many days have you done?
This is my last day.
Ooh, last day. Okay. All right. I should have a word with you. That might be too early to say, Teddy. I need to look at the rest of the evaluations. Okay. Hope you had a good time, and we'll let you know the results very soon. Okay. I'll make sure that it's the right person. We're looking to hire 3 to 4 more hosts, so we got a few people in the pipeline, and we're doing a lot of university relations in order to get more hosts to be attracted to work at Bukit Vista. And there's already a few good people in the market building pipeline too as well. So we're looking to hire 2 market builders in that.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is 2 including Trishna already, or 2 is excluded?
Tristan, 2 more after Tristan. 2 more after Tristan. Because we have to balance it. If we don't have enough market builders, then content's kind of like just like waiting for new activity to happen. Let's go back up to the all hands. So. Really? No? You don't want it? Okay. You don't want it?
We don't have nothing to do, guys. Keep us work.
Is that irony or is that real? Really?
We don't have work.
Well then let's get HR to corporate content to make all those cool videos.
Oh my god! Speaking about irony.
Oh, that was irony. Okay. I'm sure.
What's sarcasm?
I don't know. Sometimes I see you guys take very long vape breaks, so I'm not sure. Oh my god. It's like, no. Okay. Let's look at promotions and core value recognitions. As we know, Chandra and Rizal have both been promoted, so congratulations to them. All right, so let's see. We got a few new recognizers and recognition. Rian got recognized. Where's my boy Rian? Rio's not here.
Next year, son.
Okay, well, Rio's not here, but Rian, watch the video. This is congratulations to you. So, Rian got recognized to never settle and be the hero, and the nominator was nominated on behalf of Gay. Wow. Okay, that blows my mind. Right? So one of our most difficult owners has nominated a person on our team, and what this Gay? Who knows who Gay is? Gay is the owner of Village Antique. She's 80 years old, and she has a mouthful of vitriol for us every day of the week except here. Hi, Num Lee. Nung.
Yeah.
And G, a special thank you to Rian who came back tonight to host the Chinese guest in Tea House 2. And what was the case exactly?
So actually, I thought I would do a bit of digging, but Rian is on night shift and that's
Alvin!
Yeah, maybe Alvin.
Alvin, what's the case?
Let's check in. I just my WhatsApp, so I will message only.
Okay, so only Rian knows, yeah?
Yeah. There's nothing in the
Yeah.
chat. So.
Okay, alright. So Rian privately did something amazing. Thank you for speaking out and being transparent. This is great. Nomination for being transparent. Alright. Okay, Tendi got a nomination from me to never sell and help others first. And what I nominated Tendi for was Tendi constantly seeks upward growth. We had to talk about leadership, and we agreed that leaders need to build teams. They need to recruit the right candidates, onboard them, and set the correct expectations. And in 2 days, he organized a seminar at STP, and he also brought in new properties for Squad 1. This is not his squad, and it is not his field of responsibility to actually grow Squad 1. And I think of this as actually acting in the best interest of the company. So thank you, Tendi, for this. All right, I've got another one. This is to Dominic from ARA for Be the Hero. So Dominic handled the case pretty well with Utara's guest that lost their money in the room the other day. She just escorted the guest to the police station, making them feel taken care of until late at night. Did we cover this already? Yeah, okay, all right, this is a repeat. Okay. All right. Anybody else have any nominations for core values that they would like to speak forward? No? Not yet? Okay, if you do think of one, please put it on the next all hands, which will be actually for September. Right. Yes, it'll be September, the next all hands. So that is it. All right, let's go around the room and see if there's anybody with anything to say. Oh, I forgot. You guys in the rest of the world can't see the Ball 18.
Yeah.
So it must look like I was just here by myself all the time. All right, sorry. Forgot to turn on the computer. Okay, that's everyone else in case everyone. All right, let's go around. Let's go to Numli. Anything that you'd like to announce?
All good.
No? Okay. All right, Wendy?
No.
Okay, Gani?
Good.
Okay, Vita?
All good.
Okay, Ara?
All good.
Diva? Babe?
Good.
Okay, all right, Whiskey? Eggy? Okay, in the back, Eva? Gadi? Okay. Alvin? Okay, Shinthia? Bayu? All right, Karina? Dominic? Rizal? Ivan? Is there anything else? Anybody with you there? Maha? Oh, there he is. And Tito. Okay, all right, fantastic. And Tendi?
All good, sir.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, that's pretty much it. Have a great week, guys, and long live Bukit Vista. All right.
All right.